Today, I'm at the Queen Mary and someone's interviewing me. Let's go on stage. The Long Beach Rotary Club is one of the oldest and largest Rotary clubs in the country, bringing together local business owners, community leaders, and professionals who are passionate about giving back. Their mission is service above self, supporting everything from scholarships and youth programs to local community projects. They invited me to be their featured guest for a Fireside Chat, where members asked me about my journey from owning a martial arts gym to starting this YouTube channel. Hi everybody, I'm Jason Lau. Before the social media, the YouTubing, I graduated from Cal State Long Beach, so go Beach.
Go Beach.
Thank you. I was assistant engineer, so I was flying all over the country in data centers. I honestly thought that was going to be my career. Data centers, computers. Martial arts friend of mine said, hey, do you want to open up a martial arts CrossFit gym? I said, yeah, let's do it. I'm 26 years old. What can happen, right? Worst case, move back home with mom and dad, find another job, whatever. So I said, let's go for it. So for 13 years, we ran a very successful martial arts CrossFit gym. COVID was a challenge for us and most other businesses. We rebounded. My lease was coming up to an end at the beginning of 2025. I sat down with my business partner. We had long talks. The lease was going to go up tremendously. And we just decided we would have been better off if we sold the business. So we ended up selling the business. This is why I'm here on a Wednesday night, not teaching an advanced black belt class, and I'm here with you guys.
Jason Backstage isn't really about food. It's about the people. How did you arrive at that concept?
After I sold the gym, my wife asked me, well, what do I want to do? And I wasn't sure. And she said, well, we always talked about creating a YouTube channel where we go and we try different foods and share experiences with people. A lot of people do that. And she said, well, why don't you take it a step further? You used to own a small business. Why don't you try to meet some of these small businesses, restaurants, whatever it may be, share their story because you can relate to them. You know what it's like to have payroll, insurance, overhead, and all of these things. And you can share their story because you had a story that was special when you started. You might be able to help some of these small businesses. And I said, that sounds great. Let's do that.
What have you learned about restaurant owners that most of us would never see from the dining room?
The number one thing I see about restaurant owners is they just love seeing their customers happy. What puts a smile on their face is when they see you eating with your family, making memories, when they see you celebrating anniversaries, milestones, maybe reuniting with a friend you haven't seen in a while. That makes them happy that they're part of creating a memory and they're part of it. As customers, we just see the plate of food that's in front of us, but we don't recognize how much work, how much sacrifice they had to do to allow us to have that memory at this location. If you're enjoying this video, please remember to like and subscribe.
What common traits do the most successful and resilient owners seem to share?
Do we have any business owners here or former business owners here? Raise hands. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of you guys. The number one thing, and I'm sure you guys will agree with me, the number one thing that small business owners have is they're incredibly hardworking. They are resilient. They wear every hat that is needed for the business, whether it's cooking something, cleaning something, answering a call, helping a customer, talking to staff, whatever the business needs, that's what they do. It's not a 9-to-5 job for them. It's something that they've poured their soul into. And so that's when they have to go all in and eat, sleep, and breathe their business.
Do you remember the very first restaurant owner that you interviewed?
I went to visit a Japanese donut shop in the US, the only one in the US, and it's in Canoga Park in the Valley. The Japanese couple were getting older and they were going to retire, and she loved these donuts and she wanted to buy the donut shop. And so they spent months training her on how to make these Japanese donuts, where to buy the matcha from Japan, all of this stuff. And so I'm learning all of this. It's inspiring because she's in her 20s. When you're in your 20s and you make this big commitment about starting a business that you know nothing about and you're willing to learn all of this, that's really inspiring. It kind of reminded me of me and a lot of young people going after it. And so I just thought it was amazing.
Were the donuts good?
The donuts were very good. If you're ever in the Valley and you like ube, you got to get their ube donut. okay?
You didn't bring us any.
Sorry, I did not bring you
I
in.
should have thought to have him bring us
That video
some.
was in December. Those donuts would not have been very good today.
What is one story from one of your interviews that has stayed with you long after the camera stopped rolling?
As a kid growing up, I used to go to Bob's Big Boy. I'm sure you guys remember Bob's. There aren't a lot of Bob's left anymore. And I said, you know what, it'd be cool to meet an owner of a Bob's and learn a little bit more about it. So I was in the Northridge area and I just met the owner of Bob's Big Boy Northridge, and she agreed to do the interview. And as we're doing the interview, I find out the reason why she owns a Bob's Big Boy is because her mom back in the day was a waitress at Bob's. And for her, the memories of her mom and the brand just meant a lot for her, and that's why she wanted to keep it going for her mom and the memories. It's stories like this where you wouldn't know this, you just order food, and if you don't watch the video, you wouldn't know. It's just cool to hear these kind of stories where you're like, hey, I gotta go to Bob's and support this because this is amazing.
Have you ever gone to an interview expecting one story, but you get something completely different?
I'm gonna spoil this one. If you haven't seen the video, there's a Mexican breakfast spot in Burbank. There's a line out the door all the time. Why are there all these people waiting outside of this little breakfast spot? There must be some famous chef, there must be some viral breakfast, I don't know. Okay, let me find out. I get the interview with the owner and he tells me, no, the restaurant started with me, my wife, and my wife's sister. The three of them opened the restaurant with zero restaurant experience, zero culinary experience, they just wanted to do this and they just cooked great food, and people found out about it and there was a 4-hour wait. Now the story continues. They are so popular, they end up opening a second location in Monrovia. A little while later, I find out the wife passes away. The husband and the sister, they, in her honor, open up a bakery and they keep all her recipes, and that bakery makes all the desserts, and they get those desserts delivered to the restaurants in honor of her. And again, this is one of those stories where you're like, if I'm eating there, I wouldn't know. Me hearing this, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go try their food. I don't care if it's bad. I'm gonna go try it. I'm gonna support this thing. And luckily, the food is amazing.
Can you share the name of that restaurant?
Yes, it's Cafe de Olla in Burbank. There's also one in Monrovia.
Have you seen an interview genuinely change the trajectory of a business?
So I just started posting videos in around December of last year. So unfortunately, I don't have enough subscribers and viewers yet to where they're saying, oh yeah, because you came, now I have people waiting outside my door for this. I'm not there yet. I keep doing this because if I get 200 views on a video and 10 people out of the 200 that saw it show up to this business, that can still do something, right? That can pay for a little bit of utilities, pay for an employee's wage for the week. I don't know. I'm just hoping that more exposure where you send the video to a friend that lives near that spot can go check it out, and it just spreads and grows, and that's what I'm hoping for.
In a world dominated by algorithms and short attention spans, why do you think authentic stories still resonate so strongly with people?
Yes, my nephew calls that brain rot. When you're scrolling and you see random stuff that might entertain you for 10, 15 seconds, or people hoping they just go viral because of something. I think people resonate with real stories because they're real humans. People like to support the dreams of others, if that makes sense. So when you hear these stories, you're more willing to go and try these spots. And this is why whenever I do an interview and someone is self-conscious about how they speak or they don't want to be on camera, I just tell them this is really important because no one cares about this face. They don't care about me. They want to know you. You're the person there talking to the customers. You're the one there flipping the burgers. You're the one there doing whatever you do. And when they show up, they want to see you. They want to help your story. They want to see your face.
What role do small restaurants play in creating community, especially in cities like Long Beach?
I think businesses are the foundation to the community. Long Beach is such a diverse city that you can be having Vietnamese coffee in the morning, meet somebody there who likes an IPA beer. You meet them at a brewery down the block later, and then you find out, oh, they love Dungeons and Dragons, and you decide, hey, let's go to a gaming store. All of these business owners are creating not just business, they're creating gathering spots for people to connect with other people. And so small businesses are the building blocks for a community.
Is there a dream interview or business that one day you would hope to do? Who do you want to interview? Who's on your bucket list?
That is a great question. So I am a huge LA sports fan. I love the Lakers, the Dodgers, the Rams.
Go Dodgers.
Go Dodgers. Go Rams. That's right. That's right. I would love to go backstage at one of these organizations. And I'm not saying, oh, let's meet the players or the stars. I'm talking about anybody that has to do with this organization. The team chef, the equipment person. Like, I am genuinely a fan that is curious. What do you feed these players? How do you get ready for a game? How do you do all this? And I think there's value in that, because I think that connects more fans to the brand that they like, right? Instead of just knowing the certain player. Oh yeah, that is Kim, their trainer, and she's got experience doing blah, 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 blah for these players. Like, I genuinely am a diehard fan that would love that. And if there's anybody out there that is connected to
Might as well take the chance.
Please connect with me. Let them know I'm interested.
Where do you think Jason Backstage will be in 5 years?
5 years, I hope to be able to share more stories, not just in Southern California. Unfortunately, YouTube is not paying me enough to fly anywhere yet or stay anywhere yet.
It'll come.
So right now I'm more local, obviously, and good thing is it's LA. I would love to be able to expand out to other cities. Like I said earlier, it just comes down to more views, more subscribers, people sharing things. And hopefully one day I get to a point where they're paying me to go out there and share more stories with people. I would love that.
What's the biggest lesson that you've learned about the American dream?
Yeah, so the American dream. A lot of business owners, they're not trying to become millionaires overnight. They want to make a living doing something they love. They want to have flexibility. They want to have freedom in doing what they like to do. That is the American dream. They want to be able to provide for their family, and if they're in a community, they want to be able to give jobs to the local community.
What is one question that no one ever asks you?
Yes, one question. What I don't like about content creation, I don't like when people call me an influencer. I am not an influencer. I don't influence anybody to do anything. I am merely the conduit between the small business and the viewers. I want to help the viewers, educate them or show them something they might not have known. And I want to help those small businesses get more bodies in the door. I will try my best to answer questions.
Jason, I'm right here.
Hi.
Hi.
Good.
I don't believe that you're not an influencer, because that is sharp dressing you got brought into the Queen today. I'm sure you're influencing some. My question is, I've heard a lot, like cities like Duarte, Canova Park, other cities, but when you come to Long Beach?
I'm dropping a video this week, either Thursday or Friday, of a burger spot in Long Beach.
What's the name?
Proudly serving.
So I'm wondering if you have come across a common theme of entrepreneurs who discovered that they didn't know, and what was it?
Even with my experience of running my business for 15 years, there are things that you're not gonna know. And there's no manual that you're gonna read and you're gonna all of a sudden know everything, right? I think one of the traits of being an entrepreneur or small business owner is you have to be able to pivot. You have to be able to adjust on the fly and do everything. That's just like any other small business. You learn as you go, you fix things along the way. You know, you fix one thing, something else breaks, and you just have to juggle. That's it.
Your conversation with the small restaurant owners, as far as these businesses, more and more cities are giving them financial support, business licenses, there's no bricks and mortar. I mean, all these costs that a normal restaurant has. Are you getting any comments from them about business loss or what they feel about these sidewalk vendors that for some reason have a huge amount of support?
That is a great question. I actually don't ask them about what their thoughts are on street vendors and things like that. I had this mentality at the very beginning where I said, I have this business. I have to always compare myself to other businesses. It wasn't until later where I said, you know what? Those businesses can do whatever they want to do. I'm just going to elevate my business. And so when I interviewed these restaurant owners, I don't mention, hey, what do you think of so-and-so competitor outside or down the block or anything like that. I keep the mentality of what can you do to elevate your own brand and keep people coming into your brand without having to tear down anybody else. I don't ask questions about other businesses or anything like that. I just try to just focus on what they do really well and what they want to share.
Young Jason and your buddies, the kids you hung out with at Cal State Long Beach,
Yes.
you all went out to eat. What advice can you give young Jason and his friends about how to run a restaurant today?
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
How can young Jason run a restaurant? Young Jason and his friends were poor in college. So we weren't going out to too many restaurants. If young me or young my friends were thinking about opening up any small business, the number one thing I would say is customer service is number one. Now, I don't always believe the customer is right. There's some people that say, oh, the customer's always right. No, they're not always right. But you have to pick and choose your battles. I think, if you're in the hospitality field, the most important thing, just making sure you take care of your people.
How do we connect with you?
I have business cards, you can meet with me here, and then you can, if you want to follow me, Jason Backstage on YouTube, or on Instagram, it's jason.backstage. I love supporting small businesses and sharing their stories. Go show them some love. Their info's in the description below. If I've earned your support, please consider subscribing. Drop a comment if you know a small business with a story worth sharing. In the meantime, check out one of these videos, or this one, to learn a bit more about me. See you in the next one.